Hey guys, it's Greg Skogsberg, president of TWH Annuities, the #1 concierge FMO in America since 1993. I've got 4 sales tips for you today about the sale of an annuity. It could work for life insurance or long-term care, but around making the sale specifically of annuity, 4 mistakes that I wish somebody had taught me way earlier in my career, and I would have made way more sales. Number 1, never only meet with one half of a couple. It never works. For multiple reasons. I've done it a dozen, maybe a couple dozen times. I haven't done it in about 9 years. But what used to happen is I would meet with somebody because they're like, well, I'm the financial decision maker. My wife has to work late, whatever. You and I'll meet one-on-one first. And then I never made a sale, not one. So don't do it. So here's how I handle it. I say something along the lines of, I need to do a comprehensive evaluation of where you guys are. I need to hear both your thoughts. I'm going to make a plan for you that will help fit for both of your futures, for long term, both of your retirements. We don't know which one of you is going to die first, but this isn't just a, hey, we'll put this in place and see how it plays out. So in order for me to do my job properly, I need to hear what both of you think and make sure both of you are on the same page and you both agree with whatever recommendations or strategies that I throw at you. And if I have to explain a strategy that maybe you're not that familiar with or you've heard about it and maybe your spouse has never heard of it, I need to be able to do that with both of you hearing it, and then you can each ask questions and you get to hear each other's questions and then my answers, and then you guys can come up with new questions and even ask questions to each other, and the 3 of us can converse on it. But I have learned that if I meet one-on-one, it never works. So when we sit down together, I will be able to do a more comprehensive job and do my job the way it needs to be done. And I can make my schedule as flexible as it needs to be. And we'll find a time that works for all 3 of our schedules. I can meet you at 9 o'clock at night, Saturday morning, lunchtime, whatever it needs to be. I just keep pushing. And if they absolutely insist, that I just say, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I just won't be doing my job properly if I can't sit with both of these, and I let it go because I don't want to waste the time. Number 2, follow a sales process. Don't wing it. Don't just think you can go into the meeting being well informed. I know annuities well. I've got a good annuity in my head. Don't go in with any preconceived notions either. Just sit down and take notes. All I do in a first meeting is I take this pad with me because that's the first step in the sales process that I follow every time. I haven't lost a sale in 3 years. I did 2.5 million last year in annuity sales, and that's just part-time because I have a full-time job. If you're not following a sales process already, let us help you work on one. Mine isn't the same as like our #1 producers. I have a different style. Some people, it doesn't matter. If you're not following the process, let us help you put one in place. Meaning, what is the step or what are the steps and the order in which you do things from, hi, my name's Greg, glad to meet you. Your cousin Tom said I might be able to help you. From that point to here's the signature process for this application, and let's do that right now. Okay, there has to be a way to get from that point to that point, and you follow it precisely every single time. And I can go over all of that with you. But I'll give you a hint. At the beginning, the first meeting, just take notes. You just take notes. No presentation materials. Don't pull anything out of your laptop bag. I don't even take my laptop bag in. And they get to watch me take notes so that I can show them that their hopes and dreams and their fears and their goals are as important to me as they are to them. And then after I've got everything down, I say, okay, if that's everything, let's go back through the list. And I go back through it. There's a lot of different techniques and steps in this process, but I just want to give you a feel for it. And this is just the first meeting, which is kind of the first phase of the sale process that I follow. And then I go back through that list. Certainly every time they come up with something else, and I put that down too, underneath the original bullet points that we made. Then I go back and start at the beginning, we do it again, until they are very sure I've got everything I need. and that I fully understand what they're doing. And then I leave. I set the second appointment, tell them I've got some strategies. I'm going to have to put some numbers together. It'll take me several hours. I set the second appointment, come back, make a presentation. I don't like to think of it as a presentation, but I make a presentation on the strategies, the specific annuity, life insurance, long-term care policy, and I make sure that it covers all those bullet points that we took on our notepad. And when it does, then I just move towards the application. And I said that I already have pre-filled on my laptop. I use my own hotspot because I don't want to rely on their crummy Wi-Fi. So that's already turned on, and my laptop has already got the application as filled in as I could get it without, asking for their beneficiaries' phone numbers and social security numbers and things like that. But I moved to the close and moved to do the application on the second appointment. Call us if you don't have a sales process, or if you have a sales process and you're not closing 9 out of 10 or 19 out of 20 appointments, call us and we'll help you. We have tons of experience in helping with this. Number 3, highlight your commission and the surrender penalties. Don't be shy or ashamed of the fact that you're getting paid to make this happen. But tell them how wonderful it is that not one penny of the commission that you're about to make, and I try to stay away from the word commission. I just say I'll earn 7% of whatever the money is that we move. But not 1 cent of it comes out of your pocket or out of this asset or out of any of your future gains or any dollars of yours ever. By law, the company that I recommend to you has to pay me a finder's fee out of their marketing budget. It doesn't come out of your money. So I just want you to be aware. I get paid well because I'm pretty good at this. And then I show them the commission or the surrender penalties when we get to that surrender schedule, and I walk them through. See how it goes down every year? That's because the closer they get to the end of the bonds terms that they've purchased to cover the safety in this annuity and the guaranteed interest rates that you could get, that you're guaranteed, that as we get closer to the sale of those bonds. And I explain the whole process to them so that by the time they're done with my explanation of the way the surrender fees work, they're like, oh, that's not bad. That isn't even going to apply to us. And it won't. But I wanted to make sure they're aware of it. And I go back over that with them at every anniversary. I pull out my original list of the bullet points of why they put this annuity in place or why they put this strategy in place, this long-term care policy, life insurance combination, comprehensive plan, and remind them why we're there. Because their life will change. Every 12 months, they're going to be in a slightly better or worse position than they were the year before. And that'll get worse or better over time. And the memory will fade about why we did what we did. So I remind them every year. And I resell what a great decision it was for them to do that. Last one, number 4. I always get on the phone with the clients if we're moving money from a brokerage account. If the money that we're going to put into this annuity is coming from a managed account, and there's a stockbroker or an RIA or somebody that's making money off of this account every year with fees, then I get on the phone with them and I say, well, these calls can be kind of tricky to make sure that the money gets moved right. And I've done this 100 times. I want to get on the phone with you and help them get the information that they're going to need in the way they need to hear it so that you don't have to mess with it after this. Because if you try and call them, you might not even get the right department. And they'll just take the information down, make notes, they'll pass it on to somebody, it'll get processed 3 days later. But ultimately what happens, if they call to say, I want to move this money, or if we send a transfer request from the carrier, from the annuity carrier for the annuity we're selling, and it goes to Vanguard or Fisher Investments or Charles Schwab or whoever, as soon as they receive that transfer request, they will notify the asset manager that is getting paid fees on these funds that we're trying to move away from that company. And that broker will immediately call my new clients and say, what are you doing? Why are you moving your money? I thought we had everything under control. And they'll talk the client out of moving that money 3 out of 4 times. It just happens. They'll lie about what annuities do and the fees involved and how they never pay and there's no money and the income's terrible. They're taxed, you get it. So I just get on the phone with them, call, and we've got scripts for it that I can walk you through. Hi, this is Greg. I'm sitting with Bob and Francis Simmons, and we're calling to move money out of their account number, blah, 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 blah. We're going to be moving this into an index annuity at American Equity Life Insurance, and I'll turn the phone over now to them so that you can get their authorization to let me speak on their behalf. They talk to them, they approve, and from that point forward, I control the conversation. It's like, okay, so we're going to move this money. How would you like that done? Would you like us to send you a transfer request? Do you have a transfer form that we need to fill out? Or can this be done over the phone right now? How will the funds be sent? Can you do a wire transfer, an ACH, or is check your only option? And I just walk through the steps that I know can happen. And I also say, we also need to make sure that this is the only communication that ever happens around this transfer. That from this point forward, if the money hasn't already been moved to a cash position, we'd like that to happen as soon as possible. And then we'd like the money to be transferred as soon as possible. We don't want there to have to be any additional steps. Are there going to be any additional steps? No, there won't. And we want to ensure there will be no communication from your company to the clients, to Bob and Francis Simmons, around this, and no broker or conservation agent will make any attempts to call them, email them, or send them regular mail or text. Is that possible? Yes, great, fantastic, thank you very much. But if I don't do that, they'll try and stop the clients from moving the money. I talked to 2 people in the last week, agents, that lost the sale. One of them was really big too, because they let the client call their local broker and say, sorry, Bob, been with you for a while, but we're going to move in a new direction. And the guy talked him out of it. He said, that's my 4 tips, things that I wish somebody had taught me a long time earlier in my career so that I would not have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions. Guys, there's a lot more to each one of these sections, and there's, 100 more things that we can help with. Whatever you're struggling with, or if you didn't make a sale in the last appointment, or if you'd just like to get more efficient at the process, give us a call. Sean or I or John can help you with years and years of experience and years of doing things wrong. Plus, we have some producers that are just amazing, and advisors that are always, killing it, millions and millions in sales every year. And we learn from them, hey, what are you doing? How'd you do it on that last sale? I didn't think you could make that happen. I'm like, well, I use this, and I talked to my, oh my God, that's a great idea. I'll incorporate that into my own sales process. So over the last 30 years, not only do we learn from being in the field ourselves, we get to learn from hundreds of advisors out there that are doing things amazing and original and creative that work, and we can share those with you. Our phone number is 800-200-9194, 1-800-200-9194, or you can email us at info@twhagency.com. I'm Greg Skogsberg, president of TWH, the #1 concierge FMO in the United States since 1993. We look forward to talking to you.